welcome to the Pip and Pin podcast tutorials. Today I'm going to show you how to pick up and knit. I'm going to show you how to pick up and knit on the edge because that is where you are most likely to need this technique. So what we're going to be doing is with our right side facing, insert right needle between stitches or rows and draw yarn around the back of the needle as if to knit and pull a loop through. So your pattern will tell you where you need to pick up your stitches and how many stitches you need to pick up, and sometimes even the ratio of stitches to rows. For now, I'm just going to show you how to do it, and then I'll talk a little more about it. So what we're going to be doing is, you can see here, this is our stockinette edge. So here's our stitch. This is our first stitch. It looks a little messy usually. And here's our second one. So we want to pick up our stitches right on this row here, right in between our first and second stitch. And you can, if you pull apart these stitches a little bit, you can see there's a nice little hole, and you can see the back of the purl bumps. So we're going to go right in that little hole there. Sorry, my cord's flying around. And pick that up. It's all right, let me show you that again. So we're going to insert our right needle just right into that little hole so that we pick up the whole bit of that first stitch. We're going to just make a loop with your yarn and pull it against there and bring it through. And we're going to go to the next one. And then with our working yarn, see how you have a tail and then working yarn, we're going to bring our working yarn around and through, just like as if you were knitting. So we'll go to the next one, put it through, around, and pull through. And then you just pick up as many stitches as your pattern will tell you to. Sometimes it'll tell you to pick up 2 stitches for every 3 rows or 3 stitches for every 4 rows. Sometimes it'll tell you a specific number of stitches. So if it tells you to pick up 8 stitches along this row or along this section, well, then you know that you'll have to space them out a little bit differently. So to skip a stitch, you would just, to skip a row, here's your next one. And instead of going in there, you just go to the next one. So now we can pick up every second stitch like that. Just depends on your pattern and what you're going to be doing. I'm going to take this out and I'll quickly show you how to pick up stitches along a cast on or bind off edge. This is my bind off edge here. And if it told me to pick up and knit stitches along this edge, what I would do is just go, we're going to be picking up our stitches in the middle of our stitches here. So the first one's always the trickiest because it's a little squished. But I find it easy to, if you find your second column of stitches there, find the middle of that one first, and then you'll be able to see, okay, well, there's that. So we're going to start here. And usually when you are picking up stitches along a bind off or cast on edge, you're going to be picking up 1 for 1. So we picked up the first stitch there, and then you go into the middle of this stitch, put your yarn around and pull through. The middle of the next stitch, pull your yarn and come around through. And so you see we're kind of skipping 2. So we're not going into this one because that's the column that is between stitches. So we want to go 1, 2, right in the middle of that stitch. And that's it. That is picking up and knitting stitches. Thank you so much for watching. And if you need more knitting tutorials, they can be found on the Pip and Pin podcast channel on YouTube. Thank you.